Welcome to today's video, where we'll be exploring the dark side of one of the gaming industry giants, Ubisoft. You've probably played or at least heard of some of their biggest franchise, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, Watch Dogs, and many others. Ubisoft is a household name, responsible for some of the most influential and profitable games in recent history. But beneath the shiny surface of iconic games and memorable characters lies a far more troubling reality. A reality filled with accusation, workplace controversies, problematic game design choices, and a deteriorating relationship with their player base. Today we're going to peel back the layers and see what's really going to behind the scenes at Ubisoft. Ubisoft started off as a small family-owned business in France back in 1986. Founded by the five Guillemot brothers, the company had humble beginnings, but quickly rose to prominence with innovative titles and big franchise hits. Over the years, they made strategic moves what allowed them to dominate the gaming landscape. From Rayman to Prince of Persia, they had their fingers on the pulse of the gaming community. The 2007 release of Assassin's Creed was a turning point for the company. It was a massive success, captivating players with its open-world gameplay and historical narratives. Ubisoft's vision of blending action with storytelling was groundbreaking, and it established them as an industry leader. With each new IP they launched, Ubisoft solidified their dominance. But even as the company grew, problems began to surface. Problems what would eventually spill into the public eye. Perhaps the most glaring issue what Ubisoft has faced in recent years is the toxic workplace culture, what has plagued the company. Numerous reports from former and current employees describe an environment rife with harassment, misconduct, and abusive management practice. For years, many employees, particularly women, came forward with stories of inappropriate behavior, verbal abuse, and a pervasive boys' club mentality, what permeated the higher echelons of the company. Despite numerous complaints, these issues were swept under the rug for a long time. It wasn't until public outcry intensified in 2020 that Ubisoft took any meaningful action, and even then, many feel it was too little. Too late. The company promised reforms, but skepticism remains. The fallout from these revelations has damaged Ubisoft's reputation, leading to the departure of several high-level executives. But it also raises an important question. How did a company that appeared so progressive on the outside allow such a toxic culture to thrive for so long? One of the criticisms levied against Ubisoft's games is their tendency to recycle the same formula across different franchises. Games like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry and Watch Dogs may have different settings and characters, but if you look closely, they all follow a similar gameplay structure. Large open worlds filled with repetitive side quests, towers to climb, and similar mission designs have become the hallmark of Ubisoft games. At first, this approach worked. Players enjoyed the open-world freedom what these games offered, but over time the lack of innovation became glaringly obvious. Each new release felt like more of the same, with minor tweaks instead of bold new ideas. The over-reliance on this formula has led many gamers to accuse Ubisoft of being creatively bankrupt, focusing more on churning out annual releases than delivering unique experiences. Another major issue what fans have taken with Ubisoft is their aggressive monetization strategies. In the modern gaming landscape, microtransactions and in-game purchase are nothing new. But Ubisoft has been at the forefront of pushing these practices to their limits, even in single-player games. Titles like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Assassin's Creed Valhalla introduced it in-game stores, where players could buy cosmetic items, experience boosters, and even additional gameplay content. Many players felt that the games were deliberately designed to encourage spending real money to speed up progression or access exclusive items, turning what should be a fun and immersive experience into a cash grab. This aggressive focus on monetization has soured the relationship between Ubisoft and its player base, who are increasingly frustrated with the company's willingness to prioritize profits over player experience. Ubisoft's insistence on releasing new installments of their major franchise year after year has also led to what many refer to as franchise fatigue. By the time Assassin's Creed Valhalla was released, the series had been churning out titles at such a rapid pace that fans began to feel overwhelmed. The sense of wonder and excitement what once came with each new release started to fade as the games became too familiar. This is a problem not unique to Ubisoft, but it is one they seem particularly prone to. Instead of allowing their franchises to evolve naturally or take time to innovate, they continue pushing out sequels what feel increasingly derivative. The result is what even their most loyal fans are growing tired of the endless sequels and are calling for Ubisoft to slow down and rethink their approach. There was a time when Ubisoft was known for its strong single-player narrative-driven games. Titles like Assassin's Creed 2, Far Cry 3 and Rayman Legends delivered rich, immersive stories what kept players engaged from start to finish. However, in recent years, there has been a noticeable shift towards live service games and multiplayer experiences. Games like The Division, For Honor and Ghost Recon Breakpoint all emphasize online multiplayer mods, often at the expense of meaningful single-player content. Ubisoft seems to be chasing the live service trend that has proven lucrative for companies like Epic Games with Fortnite and Activision with Call of Duty Warzone. However, the move away from narrative-driven single-player games has left many fans disappointed, as they feel Ubisoft is abandoning what made them great in the first place. When Watch Dogs was first revealed in 2012, it promised to revolutionize the open-world genre. The idea of hyper-connected world where players could hack into almost anything was incredibly appealing. However, the final product when released in 2014 was a significant downgrade from what was initially shown. The graphics were scaled back, the gameplay mechanics weren't as innovative as promised, and the story felt flat. This bait-and-switch tactic left many fans feeling deceived, and Watch Dogs became emblematic of Ubisoft's habit of overpromising and under-delivering. It's a pattern we've seen repeated in the subsequent titles, with The Division and Ghost Recon Breakpoint, both facing similar criticism for falling short of their pre-release hype. With all the problems Ubisoft has faced, from workplace scandals to recycled game design and aggressive monetization, it's hard not to wonder, what does the future hold for Ubisoft? Where are whispers of internal changes, with the company claiming to address workplace issues and refocusing on creativity? But will it be enough to turn things around? The upcoming releases will be a true test for whether they learned from past mistakes. But honestly, I don't think they are capable of changing. As they say, the grave will straighten the hunchback.